That's okay, but that means you're gonna have yarn bark.
I know. And so I do.
No one might have heard me say that, but that's okay. VSC people.
Woo! Good morning. Welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
The VSC, the virtual shopping channel.
Yay!
We're back because we didn't do this last week.
No.
Because issues. Hello, I'm Rebecca. Oh, wait. Welcome to the. She said the most dangerous day of the week before I was saying the sideshow, and so I'm off now.
I'm sorry.
Oh. We can do that.
Okay.
No show notes, people. Okay, let me.
Deep breath.
Hello, and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow,
The VSC edition.
the virtual shopping channel.
Yes.
How are you today? Okay, we didn't do this last week, so we're off our game. But since we film 3 days a week, we shouldn't be off our game because it's not like we didn't do anything last week. However, so what we had planned for last week, we are doing this week. And the theme, well, this is funny because the thing I just said, hey, let's do this, does not fit our theme.
No.
But that's okay. We're going to have our theme plus one.
Yeah.
The theme of the week is wool.
Organic merino, to be more specific.
Is this one merino? Yes. Organic merino from Juniper Moon Farms in the weights that we carry it. So it's available in many more weights than we have in the shop. I found it. I saw it on there.
Yeah, it's on the front.
Just checking though. That's good.
Is it there?
But they both have the same script. They're just different thicknesses. So we don't have it in every weight, but these are two of the yarns we have from Juniper Moon Farms, and both of them say finest organic merino, humanely raised in Argentina. And so we have things for people who like thin yarn and things for people who like thicker yarn. And they are both 15% off until we film again next Wednesday. So it's essentially Wednesday to Tuesday. Like, to be on the safe side, if you want to save the 15%, I would get it by Tuesday, by the end of the day Tuesday. And how you save the 15% is you go to our online shop and you put it in your cart. And when you're checking out where it says like promotional code or coupon code or something like that, you put in product space of space the space week written out with spaces, because that's just how we did it.
And if you come into the shop and you buy it and you're like, I'm here for the product of the week, and then we get talking and we get to the cash register and we ring you up, you have to mention it's the on sale stuff this week.
Yes, you have to. It was
before
very helpful.
We go, hey, it'll be.
Yeah, well, even when we say, hey, it'll be, before you give us payment,
yes,
it helps us if you say, hey, is the product of the week discount on there?
Yes.
I will not take offense and think you're checking up on me, because we need the reminder, because we might forget.
Might
is how we roll. Might is
very nice.
Put a lot of emphasis on that word. So because
we're probably going to forget.
We change it every week, and honestly, I do forget the first few people who come in. I'm like, oh yeah, because I have to shift gears a lot. And if you can help us, say it nicely. You don't have to be like, hey, did you do the thing you said you were going to do? You can just say, hey, remember it's the product of the week, and we'll go, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at these. I'm gonna start with the organic merino, because actually when we get to the other stuff, I have a hat here somewhere that I made with the other stuff, but
I didn't bring my sweater in that I'm doing the color work.
Because
I was like, I'm not gonna work on it at the shop.
But you all have seen it.
Yes.
She's doing a colorwork sweater with the red in it for the biohazard. I almost said the hazmat. The biohazard symbols is done in the red of the. We'll circle back to that. I just said let's start with the organic merino. They're both organic merino.
They are.
Let's start with the thinner one, which is the Patagonia from Juniper Moon Farms. And Liz, let's read some stats.
It is 100% wool. And as the
Organic
front
merino.
says, it's merino. It is 382 yards per 100 grams. They're classing it as a light DK. I've used it on a size 9 needle. It fluffs up beautifully.
Well, let's just say they're classifying it as a number 3, which in the numbering system is light. They're not saying that's a light DK, like that. They don't use the DK in the numbering system. They just call that light. Yeah. But it is a light DK. We'll come back to that. But,
they're recommending a US 5 to 7 needle. And for crochet, a US 7 to an I, which is a 4.5 to a 5.5 millimeter hook.
okay.
It is not machine washable.
No. It is raw merino. It's organic merino. It is not superwash merino, which means please don't put it in the washing machine all through the cycles unless you intend to felt it into something smaller.
It will felt beautifully.
It is essentially a single ply with some twist to it. Essentially, like it's it might be a 2-ply, but it's not. It's a very loose ply is the thing. The same thing with this. There's a bunch of plies in this. I bet it's the same size ply, just more of them. But this one has a very loose ply, so that if I want to find one of my, well, here I could do it with this guy. It's a very loose ply, so it's not. I'm looking for the end. The other end, it's probably like buried in here somewhere. I would not. There it is. Recommend this for weaving warp, because even though it's wool, people say use something really strong like wool for a warp. It's a loose enough ply on this that if you pull hard enough, it will super easy break. Super easy. That doesn't mean it's a bad yarn. That doesn't mean I can't work with that because it's going to break on me. Honestly, 90% of the time, unless you're being really rough with it, it's going to be fine to knit or crochet with it. If you're really tense or you're yanking really hard, I made this entire sweater out of the Patagonia. This is the Jupiter crop. It is written for a sport weight yarn, and this is classified as a DK. But like Liz was saying, it's a very thin DK. It will fluff up nicely. Like Liz said, she used a 9 with it, but it can work for sport weight patterns. So
I will also say that joining ends with this, because it's 100% wool, you can spit join. Rebecca is about to.
I'm about to do it. I almost was about to stick them in my mouth, but that might be kind of gross on TV, as we say. And this is from a project of mine. I did not do this with a skein that we will sell you in the shop. But yes, I'm going to put a little bit of water in. We have lovely color palettes for this, by the way. But I'm going to put just I just got my own yarn wet, which is okay. Did not get the stuff for the shop. So there's a little bit of water in this cap. We've done this before, but I'm going to do it again. Hang on. There's too much in there. Someone's going to be like, that's the same as put in your mouth. Well, maybe, but it's my project. So
the amount of yarn fuzz we actually ingest every day is
yarn lung. Okay, so both these ends are wet. I'm trying to put these somewhere where you can see them. And I'm going to overlap them. That's very hard to show you on camera when the camera's that far away, but I've overlapped them about an inch or so. And I'm going to use friction, which is just rubbing my hands together.
It's actually really fun.
It's really fun. And it just looks like they're overlapped still. And because it might have been too wet, like to start real wet is good. I'm going to get some of the water off my hands. I'm going to do it again. Friction. It's magic. It's magic. Now, if I yanked super hard on this, I might be able to pull it apart again. But by the time that like I work with it and put it back in, and I can even felt it a little bit more like this will work with any 100% non-superwash wool. It works better with loose plies or single plies like Noro, stuff like that. Oh, I have so much water. I have little water droplets on here. But yeah, that's the benefit of it. If it comes apart, you can felt it back together again. If you're transitioning between skeins with this yarn, you don't have to weave in ends because you can do a spit join and then you can keep going if it's the same color, especially.
Yeah.
Now, if you change your colors, there's a lot of ends woven in on this sucker. But yeah, so look, Mom, hydrating.
So for our retail price on these, we are retailing them for $16.50.
Yes, and I think that price is holding for a while, which is good. Prices are going up on everything. It's ridiculous. But if you wait till it's product of the week, which you never know what's going to happen, you can always save a little money. So Liz is showing off the neutrals. The middle one, like we don't have a black in this, but the middle one of that is what we affectionately call off black. I believe the color name is anthracite.
Anthracite.
And it's really dark and wonderful. And I think no, is the smoky we just got back in.
Yeah. The
some of it's been back
is what I'm doing my shadow papillon, the one that's black and off black. This is my off black.
It's really pretty because it's just a hair lighter than black.
Just
so it's like super smoky dark anthracite. So and then is the charcoal one called like smoky or something?
It's smoked.
Smoked. SMOKED.
Yep.
It's a really nice charcoal gray. Like all of these are nice, kind of heathery. There's dual tones or little hints of other colors in them. Some of them, it's not another color. It's a lighter, darker. They're really pretty.
And I will say that in the skein, people are like, but they're not that soft.
There's such a difference between feeling something in the skein.
It's when you start working with it,
that it blooms.
Soft.
It's springy and squishy.
Yeah.
Like that you wouldn't expect when you knit with it. So, I mean, if you want like the absolute softest thing on the face of the earth, this is not it. But for wool and merino, especially one that doesn't have the kind of silky slippery of superwash, is pretty darn soft.
I will say, like, all yarn has a different blooming period where it gets softer. This, you have to work with it first.
You have to like let it fluff
and then
up.
People are like, ooh, it's really soft when you work with it, but it didn't feel soft when I bought it. And it's like, yeah.
We have a lot of yarns like that. I am conscious of time.
Oh, okay.
Because we got going late. So we need to go through the colors. Wait, you're not done with the grays. The one on that side. That's just called light gray.
Light gray.
And that one has some heathery tones. It's a little bit warm for a light gray, but it's not super warm. Okay, keep going.
Then
and it's both of our faults that we're filming late because we had to send a lot of packages out today.
Mahogany.
Thank you. Mahogany,
got a reddy brown.
It's a really dark brown, but almost a chocolatey brown, but it's got these red and almost mustardy, like heathery tones to it. Super cute.
Sand. It's sand colored. It's a light sand.
A nice light brown.
And ivory.
Ivory is your classic natural. And it's really not a heathery color, but it's a nice, if you need a contrast, like there's a Caitlin Hunter pattern that like, I really want to use that with. There's the Navajo one. I think I don't know if that's what it's called. Anyway. Okay. What other colors do you have there? And then I'll come to mine.
I have sharp.
I'm like, you have, charoite, I think it is. Some of these are named after like minerals and stuff. That's my closest to pronouncing that right.
It's a light medium.
Where's
violet?
The dark purple, the vibrant purple's up there.
It's right here.
No, there's two.
No, there's not.
Okay, there is a dark purple. I got to see if we're out of it or not. You keep going with those.
Up there. Oh wait,
yes,
it's too far back.
Do we have the blue? You keep going.
Okay. The violet.
It's because she's short.
I am. And then denim. It's a nice denim.
Oh, you already okay. I just grabbed another denim because I wasn't sure, but you're holding it. So the violet is really kind of eggplant. It's the main color. The purple in this is the violet. It's kind of an eggplant purple and it's heathery and it's gorgeous is the background color of this. The other color we got in when that was super back ordered and I was making this and we didn't know if we'd ever get it back in again is Lobelia. That's the one I was like, it's over there, but that's the other.
It wasn't.
See, but doesn't that look close? It does. There's the thicker and the thinner. We're about to talk about the thicker in a second. This is Lobelia. It is a rich royal purple. Okay, so then we've got Thistle is a vibrant fuchsia type pink. It is in this. We have cinnamon, which is a lovely rusty orange with there are all these other hints in here. It's so hard to describe. I feel like these are different dye lots probably. I've been making this forever. This is my version of the Euclid Shawl by Isabel Kraemer. It's got eyelets and little crisscrossy cables, and it's so gorgeous. And this makes me want to work on it again when it dries out because I spilled some water on it. We have rose, which is more of almost a corally pink, but it's not as warm as true coral. So thistle and rose, right? I wanted to make a striped sweater. This would be good for striped sweater, by the way, because even though it's a DK, it can work for sport weight patterns. I wanted to make stripes with this color and a whole bunch of others. Juniper is a nice like hunter green kind of.
Hunter green.
It's because it's a cool green
got
and
that
it's dark.
bluey juniper.
There, that's what I was going for. Okay. I'm jumping around the rainbow here. What is this? Okay. This is mustard. This is also in here. It's a Dijon mustard yellow.
Yeah.
Right. Wasabi this is like, you know, the
grass green.
It's grass green, but it's like the really neon artificially dyed wasabi you can get with sushi. And that's right here. And I think we might be out of this blue.
Yes, we are out of that blue.
Some colors in Patagonia, we have most of the colors back in stock. Some colors are back ordered, and this aqua color is back ordered. So we don't have this lovely light blue. We do have the denim blue in stock though. We keep trying to get stuff back in. So, so those are the colors of Patagonia. And then its thicker cousin, we've jumped from super light DK to chunky / bulky, like a number 5, right? Yep. Does it even say 5 on there?
It says 5.
Why don't you read the stats while I go find the one sample I made with this?
100% organic merino. It is 131 yards per 100 grams. Hand wash, lay flat to dry, all that fun stuff. They are recommending a 9 to 11 needle or a K to an M hook, 6.5 to 9 millimeter hook. We are retailing it for $16.50.
And this is the Gisele hat, I think it's called, that I made out of it. With 2 colors. Look how cute that is. If big, huge if here, if we have any of these patterns in stock, I'm happy to throw one in if you buy 2 skeins of this yarn. But that's if. I don't know if we have the paper pattern in stock. So you can request it, but I cannot guarantee it. This is all done with slip stitches. So it's 2 different colors. And there's knit and purl stitches on it. And it's for a chunky yarn made, it's pretty squishy. Again, it's not going to be the softest thing ever, but it's fairly squishy for wool that is not superwash because it's merino.
It's a looser spun. Like there's lots of plies, but it is a looser twist to it.
Yeah, it's got a looser. I don't know about yanking on it. If it's going to break, I'm not going to try that. It's got more plies to it. So it's not going to do quite the same thing that the Patagonia does. Yeah. But it's yummy, and it is her contrast color in her sweater. So maybe some other time this week when it's back in, you can show it off. There's no worry about that. This is a super fun. You could put a pom-pom on it or not. It's a funky construction. One of these might be enough for a hat by itself, but when you get to bulky yarns, it's always kind of questionable depending on the size and the height of the hat, if one is going to be enough. You know,
so for your hat, you used carmine and marble.
And the marble is a super light gray. It's very close to the light gray in the Patagonia. It's really pretty. It's very, very pretty.
We have eggplant.
Eggplant is close to the lobelia, but it's a little bit warmer.
It's almost in between the violet and the.
It's like. It's an in-between color. Yeah, but it's rich. It's a rich purple. I think we have every color of when it was first released. We got every color in the palette. It's a small palette.
We have ivory.
Classic ivory, like natural color.
We have charcoal, which is...
It's very close to the anthracite.
Almost, yeah.
It's off black.
It's off
so
black.
It's as dark as you're going to get in this palette.
We have...
Oh, that one's fun.
Rose water.
Rose water is like a warm...
it's a taupe, but it has a slight pink sheen to it.
Yeah, It's like a pink tan.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
And then anise. It's a brown, light brown.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
more
go
of a
teddy bear brown.
It's between a taupe and a teddy bear. Yeah. It's a nice yeah, we're both searching for the right word for it.
It's a nice warm brown. And then we have stone, which
that's our charcoal kind, basically.
Yeah,
I would classify that as charcoal. We've also got steel, which is a nice steel blue. It's almost a slate blue.
Yeah,
you know, it's got that cooler tone to it.
I wanted a thinner sweater, so I didn't use that for my steel blue.
All right, there you go. This is rose. It's a nice rosy pink. It's like a dusky rose pink. We have, this is actually one of my favorite colors of this, called Acorn. And it is like butternut squash.
Yes.
It is so pretty. It's hard to describe that color, but think of butternut squash and like, this is it. Let's see. Brick is a reddy brown, kind of. Like it's like a burnt sienna or burnt umber, kind of between the two, because it's not full blown burnt sienna, like, but it's got this red brown quality to it. It's very warm. I like it. This is another one of my favorites. Like, I made this hat, but like all these other colors are my favorite. This is ocean, and ocean actually is almost the most heathery of them all, I feel like, because it's got this teal tone, but then some of the flecks have yellow in them. So it's just,
which we've seen in several other yarns. Like it's a thing.
It's actually probably, it's very close. It's close
yeah.
to the color, the blue in my juniper crop, but it's warmer. This is a little cooler and this is a little bit warmer. And then last, but certainly not least, I think this is all of them. This is fern. And it is like a darker, warmer shade of the wasabi. It's more of a, not olive, but fern color, you know. Wasabi is a little brighter. This is a little deeper. And it's just, it's like the cedar we have in Heritage. It's really pretty. I like them all. I want to use them all, but then you'd have nothing to buy. So we have to go in just a second, but I'm willing to throw on the mix for this week only. We just got the new PomPom in. So just to have something that's not yarn, that's also on sale for 15% off. We just got the new PomPom in. It is issue 40. It's called Dreamscape. And I said this is like a theme +1 because most of what's in here uses mohair. So if you like mohair, or if you just want a coffee table book that has all these fun like things, not all of it is mohair. But if you want to see a lot of light and fluffy and like looks like spring, but you're probably going to die of heat when you wear it, this is for you. So we have 8 copies. I don't think I'll be making anything out of this one. The last 2 issues, I tried to make things out of the covers and they're still in progress. I think I have a better chance of finishing the polyrhythm than I do the one before that, but I'm still trying.
Half
2 before that.
Thinking about making something out of there, but for like next winter, it wouldn't
for winter,
like,
not for spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is spring 2022. It's already up on the website, but I need to put it in the right category. But by the time I publish this, because yesterday I didn't even publish till almost the end of the day because it was just a hot mess at the shop. A good hot mess, but a hot mess. It's after 10, so we have to go open the shop. So La Pampa, chunky, Patagonia, light DK, almost pretty much a sport weight, or you can use it for either. And the new PomPom. On sale this week with the code product of the week with the spaces in there to separate the words out, 15% off, or mention it when you come in the shop. Tomorrow is Dear Becky and Lizzy.
Yes.
And Friday is Virtual Sit and Stitch from 7 to 9 p.m. with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And I'm just going to pull the plug now and say, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, Patreon, all the fun stuff.
Yes. Just over 60 more people subscribed and we'll have another sale. And it'll be just a little bit bigger than the last. Yay. Okay. Bye.